Welcome to Sacred Success, the alchemy of spiritual business, where Michelle Barr talks to conscious entrepreneurs and spiritual seekers about creating a better life and a better business now. Building your own business is the most intensive personal and spiritual growth and development course you could ever enroll in. And that's why Michelle does the work she does for you. We're glad you're here with Michelle Barr on the OMTimes Radio Network.
Welcome to Sacred Business Success, the alchemy of conscious business. I'm Michelle Barr, your sacred business coach, intuitive strategist, and mindset mentor. I want to let you know that I love hearing from people who are listening to my show, people who are showing up in my community. And so you can go to sacredbusinesssuccess.com and it'll take you right to my interactive page where you can talk to me. You can go there during the show, sacredbusinesssuccess.com, ask your questions, and talk with me during or after the show. I love hearing from you. I love your questions. I talk during my shows about a lot of things that sometimes you hear them and then you let them land, and then you're really kind of processing it, or questions come up, or you just want to make comments and talk to me. So I really invite you to do that. I'm really excited to dive into what we're going to talk about today, because on our last week's show, I was sharing with you what I call my IOA formula for success. So it is my sacred business success formula that you can apply in your business and also in your life. So it's something that I have always applied in my life and continue to do so. And then when I started building my own business, I started applying it in my business and seeing that those universal guiding principles, those spiritual laws, all of those things that work in every area of manifesting and creating and transforming, all of that, that is what we call the alchemy. It all works in every aspect of your life. And so I am a business coach. I'm also a personal and spiritual growth and development coach. And I've been in personal transformation for over 22 years and evolved into what I'm doing now through my own journey and sharing that journey. So I really talk about concepts that can be applied to all areas of your life, no matter what it is you want to create. And I want you to know that you can create a better life now, and you can create a better business now. We talk about this show being Sacred Business Success, the alchemy of conscious business. And so today I'm going to get further and deeper into that IOA formula for success, because I'm going to be talking about what goes on energetically. Last week, I really talked to you about what you were doing, about you were setting powerful intentions, you were watching for opportunities to show up, and you were taking aligned action. So there's energetics going on in all of that. That's really working on you spiritually, mentally, emotionally, and physically. And it was really about what you're doing. And this is the other layer of that. And it is about who you're being. And the alchemy is all about you turning your lead into gold. You are sitting on a gold mine. You already have inside of you everything you need to create everything you want in your life. And then you have all these overlays of things that other people have conditioned in you from birth: culture, community, society, your own family, your earliest caregivers, teachers, then peer group, then spouses and partners, and even children, bosses, co-workers. You've gotten all these overlays. And so this is really about you pulling and peeling all those pieces away and just having emerge again who you really are. And that's the alchemy of it. And that's what we're going to be talking about today is the energetics. If you're a visual person and it really helps you to see visuals, I have that IOA diagram. You can see it on my website, theartoftakingaction.com. Theartoftakingaction.com is my personal and spiritual growth and development website. It's all about mastering the art of taking inspired action, but you can see that IOA diagram, that IOA formula for success as a visual so that you really can look at it while we're talking. So that first layer is what I walked you through last week, and I want you to know that we have an archives for all of our shows, and you can get all the shows. You can get them through iTunes. You can listen to them online. You can take them to go, download them to go. So you can go and listen to what was really kind of part one. Every show is a standalone, but these are concepts we're building on. So I really was talking about setting a powerful intention, getting really clear, focused, grounded, and centered, and then watching for the opportunities to show up, becoming hyper alert, knowing that ask and it is given is real. It is a concept found in every sacred text across time, in every culture. And then you take inspired action. So I could talk to you and I could tell you, yes, set a powerful intention. I can teach you how to set that powerful intention, and you could set your intention. And that's something that we did last week is you set a powerful intention and then you came up with some aligned action steps that you can take. So then I can tell you, watch for opportunities. Opportunities are going to show up. They're not always going to be logical. A lot of times they're like following breadcrumbs. They're not always convenient and they're not always comfortable, definitely. So then you can know that and you can go, okay, I will really notice what I notice and I'll really watch more closely. And then I can tell you, take aligned action, take it when it shows up. And you can write down that powerful intention and you can write down some aligned actions that you could take right now. And then you could take at least one of those, and that would get you going. And so I hope you did that when we went through that exercise, or go back and listen to the show. That is a tool you can use over and over again to get an index card, to write a powerful intention of something that you want to be, do, or have right now, to flip it over and top of mind before your subconscious and all those voices kick in, and write down at least three, whatever comes to you, aligned actions you can take, and then circle one that you're willing to do right now. And all of that works. And at the same time, it's half of it. Because when you step out to dream big dreams, to set big intentions, powerful intentions and goals, to be, do, and have more than you are now, if you were already an energetic match, you would already be, do, and have it. It's going to stretch and grow you. And your stuff comes up, and it comes up to show you what needs to be cleared, healed, and resolved so you can have everything you want. So it is really a tool for transformation. And yet, it's the very thing we let derail us, throw us down that deep, dark hole, get us off track, get us discouraged and despair and hopeless and powerless. And I want you to start looking at that differently. It does take time. It takes learning to trust. But now, when those things show up, I know what I want is on the other side of them. And if you don't break through them and clear, heal, and resolve them, you'll put them on hold and they'll show up the next time you come back to this place. That wall will still be there. Once you break through, It won't be anymore. They are tools for transformation. So the minute you set that powerful intention, you circle that aligned action you're going to take, and you decide what you're going to do, everything inside of you starts interacting and engaging, and you set an energy. Something energetic happens. And that is the other part of this formula. So there are three things. When you go to that website, The Art of Taking Action, and you look at this formula, you will see that that website is not about business, though everything on that website is everything I did to even be able to get in a place where I could create the business I have now and create a business at all, like I set out to create. But it serves everyone in every area of your life. And so these concepts work in that way. And when you go to that website, you will see that part of what I do, a big part of what I do, and it used to be in my entire business, was energy management, intuition development, and mindset mastery. And why I'm telling you this is because when you look at this diagram, what you'll see is a triangle, and I teach you this IOA formula for success. You've got your three words: intention, opportunity, and action. And the other three words I'm going to lay side by side with those is energy management, intuition development, and mindset mastery. All of these work together, and that's what we're going to be talking about on this show today. So that once you do that exercise where you use the index card that I taught you and that I just talked to you about, and you do all that, you're aware of what happens next. The more in touch with your energy that you are, this can happen faster and faster. This is Michelle Barr, Sacred Business Success, and I will be right back with more about this very thing.
Your conscious lifestyle on steroids. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network.
Hi, my name is Monica and I'm the host of Co-Creating Now. Give yourself an opportunity to connect with your all-knowing higher self and manifest joy, love, and peace together every Tuesday, 11 a.m. Eastern.
The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
The Conscious Parenting Radio Show provides inspiration and resources for loving, empowering, and respecting your children and yourself. Join me, Timothy, every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern Time as we consciously explore proven ways of living together in happiness, health, and harmony.
The best of holistic, spiritual, and conscious world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Hello, welcome back. This is Michelle Barr, and this is Sacred Business Success Radio Show on OMTimes. So continuing this conversation, we're going to get into now this second part, what is happening energetically. So when you set a powerful intention, the very next thing that happens is every part of you that's on board. You have mental things going on, emotional things going on, your whole physiology even if you're familiar with muscle testing and kinesiology, you are firing off impulses in your body and responses in your body that you are not even aware of. Then you have what's going on consciously, subconsciously, and unconsciously. And this is a process of integrating this more and more. So when you set a powerful intention, every part of you hears it, feels it, and either is on board or not on board. And this is where things kick in, where you say, but I set a powerful intention. Why am I not creating this? And even more important, why am I creating all this that I don't want? Again, this is feedback from the universe, and it's clues for you of everything that shows up is some kind of energetic match to you. And I want to give you a really simple example because this helps people understand. Say you're wanting to attract a partner, a love in your life, a spouse, whatever that is. And so you make a list of everything you want. You've got your non-negotiables, you've got all the traits you want, and you send that out into the universe like you're ordering a pizza. And you send out what you want. And then that first person shows up and you say, oh my gosh, he's generous, he's kind, he's conscious, he's spiritual, he has a good job, he's independent, he loves travel and the outdoors, whatever it is, you're ticking off all those things. And then you say, oh, he really procrastinates. Gosh, and that starts triggering you, and you may or may not realize, wow, that's because when I was growing up, my father always made promises and then never followed through on them, or my mother always did that, and you make that connection right there. You don't just say, oh, he's out, and I'm just going to go look again. Why did I create what I didn't want? This doesn't work. It does work. That's the subconscious and unconscious things that were going out in your order. What you want to do is read that feedback. Okay, I'm already very open. I am clear, healed, and it is already resolved, generous, kind-hearted, independent, all those positive traits I just named for you. I'm already open to that. I have no problem receiving that. Okay, so this procrastination, not following through on promises, this is triggering me, and it showed up too. So this is where I have inner work to do, or it wouldn't have shown up. What can I clear, heal, and resolve? Now, this doesn't mean that this person is the perfect person for you and you just have to do your own inner work. But it also doesn't mean that he's not right because this is triggering you and driving you crazy and you got to get rid of him. Whether you stay with him or get rid of him, you want to clear, heal, and resolve the stuff. I have both left a marriage and stayed in a marriage, and this has worked in both. Clearing, healing, and resolving my own stuff when I left my first marriage helped me to not go out and just repeat that again and attract that same thing into my life so I would have to deal with it over and over. Then in my second marriage, I saw things showing up in my husband that were my old stuff. And when I cleared, healed, and resolved it in me, it cleared, healed, and resolved in our marriage. Things that had been around for years and years. So I know this works. Also, I tell the story all the time. Very early on, when I was out of college and working, I was not conscious of myself and my stuff at all. In fact, everything was everybody else's fault. If everybody else would do what they were supposed to and stop and start doing everything that I needed them to, my life would be better. And I had the same boss 6 times. So the first few times I would pack up all my stuff. I'd say, you're horrible. I'm great. You're wrong. I'm right. And I'd get everybody else in my workplace that would get on board with that. And I would say, I'm leaving. I'm quitting. And I would leave. But I wouldn't clear, heal, and resolve it. I wouldn't clean it up. I'd get to the next place and I'd say, oh my gosh, why me? Why does this always happen to me? Why do I have the same boss again? When I finally went on that personal and spiritual growth and development journey and I saw it, it never happened again. It never showed up in my order again. That's the power of this. And you can take those examples, both of those, and apply them to anything: business, personal life, relationships, career, whatever you want to. So you're sending that out. So now you're setting this powerful intention and you are sending out what you want. And what comes back to you first is going to show you anything that is getting in your way. The universe says, I want to deliver this to you, all of it, and now. Ask and it is given. What shows up first is everything within you that is not cleared, healed, and resolved, so that you cannot allow and receive what the universe is now bringing you that you have asked for. Take a deep breath. This is a big concept, and once you get it and put it into practice, it is a game changer and a life changer. I've been doing it long enough now, I can absolutely stand confirmed that I believe this to be true in my own life and the lives of everyone around me and my clients' lives. I see it. So take some time to consider it, even if you're not ready to embrace or believe it. Some of these are big concepts. Take what you want, leave the rest, but be open to them. If I can shift something in you, an energy that becomes a thought, that becomes a feeling, that becomes an action, I can help you get absolutely new results in your life, the results that you want. So this shows up and you go, great, here's all the things that are a match. It's starting to show up, and then boom. Why did I create this? Why can't I create what I want? Why am I creating what I don't want? You look at those pieces and you be willing to deal with them now so you can get them to stop showing up. So you don't stop. Every time you stop and start, you come in and out of that energetic interaction with the universe, and you're sending a mixed signal. I'm setting a powerful intention. I want this and I want it now. Bring it to me. I'm asking, give it. And then you step out, and then you step in, then you step out. Energy is always moving. It's never static. It's dynamic. You are always moving toward or away from what you want. Always, every time. So you got to let the energy work for you, and it will speed up and it will slow down. And so you stay in it. You take aligned action. You assess. You make adjustments or course corrections. Then you take the next aligned action. So in the beginning, when you set that powerful intention, you've got to then own it. You've got to step into that energy and support yourself and hold that energy, because at first you're either going to see no evidence, a little evidence, or some evidence that maybe I don't know how to do this and I got this all wrong. That's not true. Your mind will love to grab onto that and start telling you that story. So energy management is so important, because you've stated it, you've written it down, and now you got to be it. You got to feel it like it's already on its way, like it's already here. And you got to start acting, taking aligned action in that direction. You got to hold that energy. Now, opportunities start showing up, and you will read this in all kinds of success principles, and it's actually amazing to see how many times opportunities are actually in someone's environment and they can't see them, they can't hear them, they can't recognize them because of their own stuff. So the minute you set the powerful intention, those opportunities start showing up. They might be inconvenient, uncomfortable, they might be illogical, or you can't even see them at all. This is where you want to learn to clear the mental and emotional clutter so you can be inspired and take aligned action. be inspired. The inspiration is coming in, especially when you ask and all the time, but it gets blocked by your mental and emotional clutter. So developing your intuition, getting really good at using it every day in all areas of your life, in the world, all the time, helps you see those opportunities, deal with your mental and emotional clutter that's getting in the way, and then step in and take the aligned action. So many times when people would come to me just heartbroken and desperate, and they need or want something so much, and they don't know what to do next, when I really worked with them on it, they know exactly what to do next. And they don't want to do it. And they've talked themselves out of it, and they've enrolled other people in talking them out of it. That's where your mindset comes in. Once to take the action, you need that mindset. And then to keep taking action and to support yourself in the actions you've taken, you really need that mindset. So setting a powerful intention, managing your energy to support that. The more you can manage your energy, the faster and better it comes in. Then the opportunities start showing up, and you develop your intuition so you can bring in the inspiration and turn them into aligned action so you can clear the mental and emotional clutter. And then the mindset to get in action, to take the aligned action, and to keep taking the aligned actions that will continue to support you and bring you what you want. This is Michelle Barr, Sacred Business Success Radio on OMTimes Radio, and I will be right back so we can put this into action.
Free your mind. Expand your soul. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network.
Hi, I'm Katrina Kavanagh, host of the I Am Wisdom radio show. I Am Wisdom is about the connection between mind work and energy work, spirituality, and living a wonderful life. Looking forward to sharing each Sunday, 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time with you.
What if business could be fun? What if business is the adventure of living? What are you choosing? Where do you do business that makes it easier, more fun, or more joyful for you? We'd love to see where you do business. Connect with us on Instagram at Joy of Business or Twitter at Joy of Business, and share your pictures with hashtags BusinessDoneWhere and Joy of Business. Let's change the world with business.
Hi, this is Sylvia Henderson, intuitive life coach and energy healer. Are you ready to elevate and rise way above your normal? Be sure to listen to my show, Intuitive Transformations, on OMTimes Radio, Sunday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern. Get the inspiration you need to transform your life.
Your conscious connection to a more mindful world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Hello, this is Michelle Barr. Welcome back to Sacred Business Success on OMTimes Radio. I am your host, Sacred Business Coach, Intuitive Strategist, and Mindset Mentor. And we are talking about all of that today. All about the sacred business formula for success, taking action, using your intuition, using your mindset, doing the energetic work first. So how do we put this all together? If you're really catching up here today and you haven't listened to last week's show, you can go back and get that in the archives, because these two really go together for something you can put into action. I talk a lot about the majority of my life when I was living by default. And then I started living my life differently. And all these things I teach you is a different way of living, a more conscious way of living that then has led to me being in conscious business and doing conscious business in a very different way. So I talk about moving from living by default to living by design. When I start talking about that, I talk about creating a vision of the life you want to live and making this real, getting into it. I offer you a tool that you can use daily. Try it for 30 days. Every time I offer you a tool, use that tool. If you like it, incorporate it into your own daily practices, personal practices, spiritual practices. If you don't love it, then get another tool. It is more powerful for you to take one really good tool that you have or that you know and use it for 30 days than to jump around tools, then no tools, then using some tools. If you were to look at my business and my life, which now have become so integrated, they're one, and that's what I teach, but that was a process. I have daily business practices and daily personal and spiritual practices. And both of those support me. This is kind of how I'm talking about this formula for success, where you're doing and you're being. And I've talked about from the beginning, you go in and out of the doing and the being, the giving and the allowing and receiving. And this formula is no different. The action and the energy behind that, what's going on once you put things into motion. So I talk about creating this vision, just spending 5 minutes every day in this vision. It's a great tool to use, and you get in it and you want to act like you're telling somebody. Maybe we're friends and I haven't seen you in a long time, and we get on the phone, or you write me a letter, because you can talk this, you can meditate it, or you can write it, whatever you like, and all are very powerful. And I've done all of them. And you're telling me, so you're telling me what it looks like around you, who's in your life, what are you doing with your day, what are you driving, what are you wearing, what are you eating? Where are you traveling? What are you doing for fun? What are you feeling? What are you thinking? What are you creating? It's all of it. I used to live in more what would be considered the country, and I had a very long driveway, and I would take my dogs for a walk, and I would do this. I would talk out loud, and I would talk to them, and I would say, I can't wait to see my new office. It's the perfect size. It's the perfect price. People come from all over and they find me. I can't wait for my new car. I'm so excited for the deal I'm getting. I'm so excited that I'm creating this business and these clients start finding me. I have just the right coach and mentor. I can't wait for the money to come in so I can attend that workshop, so I can travel on that retreat, all of it. And I would tell them all the time, and I'd drive down the road and I would talk to myself out loud. And then I would also go into meditation and really see and experience it. If you follow the Abraham teachings, Esther Hicks, they call it scripting and they write it down. They also say something very impactful when I first heard it. They have a tool called 17 seconds, 68 seconds. 17 seconds, 68 seconds. And they say, if you would just start spending time in one pure thought and feeling for 17 seconds, and you think, 17 seconds? That's not much at all. But wait until you try it. We fall in and out. We think about our grocery list. We hear our pet moving around. We think about something we did or didn't do, or need to do, or have to take care of, or somebody to call. We think of all the reasons this isn't going to work and we can't do it. 17 seconds. if you can hold that thought and then work your way up to holding it 68 seconds. And I've done this both in groups and personally, where we set a timer and we sit in that for 68 seconds and try to hold it. So right now, think about that. Think about that, adding that as something that you do, starting with just 17 seconds and 68 seconds of pure thought. You could take the powerful intention that you wrote on your card and you can sit with that intention for 17 seconds and work your way up and watch what happens. Then come over to sacredbusinesssuccess.com and tell me what happened. Share with me these things worked, or I have a question about them. I'd love to hear it. I love to help you even when we're not on the air together in the show or you're not listening to my show. So, living by default versus living by design. For me, with the conscious business piece and the sacred business success, it was to create a vision of the life I want to live and then create a business that supports and sustains that. And that is what I have done. And it's very possible for you also. I do have something for you as you're working with this. So I recommend my coach's challenge to you, my coach's request to you is this show and last week's show both together. And then I have a free document, a free report for you. Master the Art of Taking Action with my IOA formula for success. It's part of a Sacred Success bundle that I have for you on my website, marketingandmindset.com. Marketingandmindset.com. If you just go over there, you will see that document. You sign up and you get it. And it was featured in a book called Catch Your Star as a whole chapter, and it will go through this and you'll really be able to work with this. If this is lighting you up, if it's making sense, or you're willing to try, go get that. And you also get two other really cool things. You get my Clarity Energy Activation tool, which is a meditation energy activation you can really use. And then you get my Entrepreneurial Hero's Journey Treasure You Seek map, which maps out for you the whole journey. Those together are three great tools for you. So I'm excited for you to get those and keep working with this IOA formula for success and keep setting powerful intentions. So the next step of that would be, I don't come out of the energy. I stay connected. I support myself 100%. I set my powerful intention. I took the aligned action I circled. Now what? I got nothing, or I got some of what I wanted, and I got some or a lot of what I didn't want. Take the next aligned action. Then you're saying, you know what, universe? This is still my powerful intention. I'm going to take another aligned action moving toward what I want. And then read the feedback, assess, adjust, course correct, and take another action. Take all the actions on that card, unless with one or any action, the landscape and the opportunities changed, then make a new card, take whatever action is showing up. You're becoming more aware, you're engaging more with the universe. It's going to start talking to you louder and more clearly, loud and clear. Then you come to a point where you say, you know what? Now I'm looking on this card. This is no longer my intention. I got something that I thought I wanted and I asked for it and I got it. And oh, no, that's not really what I want. Or, oh, I want something bigger and better. Or I want something different. Then you set a new powerful intention, and this becomes an ongoing thing. You can chunk it down, chunk it way down. I tell people you're going to have some big, big visions, big goals and dreams, and that's great. Then chunk them down and start working toward them, working to make them happen. If you were to look at your own life right now, How much of your life are you living by design? And how much are you living by default? This is another continuum. I teach always in continuums because everything is gray zone. There's no black or white. And you're always doing some of it that's creating what you want and some of it that's not, and some of it that's creating what you don't want. And so it's learning to move along that continuum by taking honest inventory and doing self-assessment. So just look, in what areas of my life am I living by default? Is there anywhere I'm living by design consciously where I created it? And then where am I ready to do this? It's an ongoing process and it's exponentially supporting you. So the more you do it, the more it grows and the better it gets, and the more you see it happening in your life. So that's how you work with that. And one thing I want it to do more than anything else is for you to start living consciously. Start getting really conscious. Start looking at where you're just accepting things, where you're just tolerating things, where you're just taking what comes to you, instead of being conscious and becoming that creator, that conscious creator. First, I just started by, I did it for a couple things, then more and more until it became my life. I've told you before, at first, these are things you're doing, just like learning to drive a car. You're thinking a lot, there are a lot of moving pieces, you're having to remind yourself, and then you get to where, unless there's something big, an something that happens out of the ordinary, you are able to do that just a lot on automatic. These will become ways of being. Now they're not things I just do. They are ways of being. They're ways that I live my life, and the payoff is huge for you. So I really encourage you to take this and put it into action. Look at all the pieces, start working with it, and start tracking what it creates for you. I'm going to be back with more good things for you before we finish this show today. OMTimes Radio, Sacred Business Success with Michelle Barr.
The cutting edge of conscious radio, OMTimes Radio, IOM FM. Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community.
The Laying On of Hands Healing Radio Show is about treating the whole person, mind, body, and spirit. Join me, Charles Smith, as I share life-balancing measures such as nutrition and spiritual practices to help you take charge of your own health and wellness every Thursday at 7 p.m. on OMTimes Radio.
As difficult as it is to believe, there are places in Africa where human traffickers sell albino children and their body parts for use in magic rituals. Humanity Healing International is actively working in Uganda to change this paradigm. The Albino Rescue Project finds albino children who are at risk and places them in safe schools and environments where they can learn and grow free from fear. To learn more or to sponsor a child, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is. Join Elliot Jolish, the business therapist, each Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern for the Elliot Jolish Hour, as he interviews business experts on your behalf. And you're invited to email your business questions to questions@ecjgroup.com for answers, live, on air every Tuesday at 5 p.m. Eastern on the Elliot Jolish Hour. Free your mind with OMTimes Radio, IOM FM.
Hi, and welcome back. Thank you so much for being here with me, Michelle Barr, on OMTimes Radio with my show, Sacred Business Success. Everything that I've been talking to you about today and teaching you, I'm laying a foundation and the basics so you can already begin to see how you can use these in every area of your life, and you can also use them in business, absolutely. It's about getting more conscious. So going back to that IOA formula for success, I have an analogy, a story I want to show you that will help you really put this into perspective and bring it into the physical and embody it. When I talk about energy management, some people really get it and some people don't fully understand it. It's about fully engaging, owning your energy, holding one energetic space. So here's how I want to teach it to you. This really sticks with me, and you can remember this and you can see if you're in that stance. Think about this. Picture yourself, you're on a tennis court, you've come to play. You have something you want. And so you've set this powerful intention. You've come to play with the universe. You always have to take the first step. You have to hit the ball. So you line yourself up, you plant your feet, you get ready, you're clear, you're grounded, you're focused, and you're centered, and you hit that ball. Now, if you're playing tennis, if you know, you hit that ball, you send that powerful intention out into the universe, and then you stay in that stance, feet planted, your arms just right, holding that racket, gripping that racket, your eyes on the horizon, waiting for that ball to return, looking for that ball to come back to you, to be returned to you, knowing it will. Knowing it will, expecting it. You don't hit the ball and then drop your racket and turn and look the other way and start talking to other people, not while you're in the game, not while you're engaged. So don't half-heartedly or half energetically send something out and then wonder why you only got half back or nothing. Think about it. Hit that ball, stand there, focused, expecting it, holding that energetic stance. And then whatever comes back to you, you assess it and you take aligned action again and you hit that ball again. Send it back out into the universe. So then what else happens? So you look, okay, look, I'm doing pretty well. I'm returning some of the balls. I'm liking this, okay? Over time, you learn to do it better. You learn to be better prepared. You learn skills. You have tools. Maybe a coach runs onto the court that you've hired and says, okay, if you moved your foot this way, and then you did this, and then you looked right here, and you did this, things would be different. And this time, you hit the ball better. You feel more confident. All of those things come into play. But that energy management is as soon as you set a powerful intention, be all in, be involved, be engaged, and be all in. And stay that way. Hold that energy. There are a lot of tools, and I teach them to you every week for energy management and then also for recognizing and taking inspired action. But that energy management is the first thing to master. We get out of our energy when we let our mind carry us off, when we start telling stories that don't serve us, when we let our emotions take control. Also, other people's energy. So I work with a lot of people that are very sensitive, empathic, intuitive, whether they're aware of it, whether they would call it that. So some people are more sensitive to the energy of others. I can feel energy, I can read energy, I can move energy, and I can manage energy. It's what took me from being a mental health therapist into being an energy healer and an energy medicine specialist and working with energy, and then moving into coaching and all the other things I do. So here's another great picture for you. The energy of other people is coming at you all the time. This is Energy Management 101. Now imagine you're a beach ball. You're solid, but you're not grounded. You're not centered. You're not focused. You're not stable within yourself. Whenever you're by yourself, you can just sit there floating on the water, sitting on the sand, in the garage, in the closet, wherever you are. The minute other people's energy engages with you, dominant energies always overtake and drive the energy of everything. We are always energetically engaged with everyone and everything in the universe, energetically interacting at all times. So that happens. So imagine suddenly somebody wants something from you, one of your children, your spouse, then your boss wants something, then a coworker wants to tell you her own story, and they're all fighting and pulling on your energy, and they're all batting that ball around. Have you ever been to a concert where they start the beach ball going? Whoever grabs and focuses on that energy lands their hand, hits that ball, and sends it flying. That can be you. That's when you know your energy is out of whack and unmanaged, and you're probably creating a lot of drama and distraction, even illness, some trauma, whatever it may be, depending on whose energy you're letting taking you over. You do not want to be that beach ball being batted around, and I was for years, and I didn't know it, and I'm empathic. So then I would feel everybody else and I would lose myself. So the other pieces of energy management is knowing what is your energy and what is other energy, and being able to get in that space with yourself on a regular basis and be just in your own energy. It's good to be connected with other people, and we are all the time in very good ways, but we also let other energies overtake us. And I've run into a lot of people, tends to be more women than men, but some men too, who have become so good at carrying everybody and everything else around in their life, they don't even know what their energy feels like. And then I take them into their own energy, and there are tears, and there is overwhelm, and there is insight and aha, because they didn't even know. They didn't even remember and realize they were not in their own energy. Now picture something different, a tree with roots. I am that tree. There are roots coming out of the bottom of my feet, grounding deep, deep, deep into the earth and finding that crystal that's deeply rooted and wrapping my roots around it. And now that energy comes back up through my body and reaches up into the heavens, all the way up to divine creator of all that is, however you imagine that and engage with it. Now picture yourself as that tree. You are firmly rooted. You are being nourished at all times. You are self-reliant, and you are connected to earth and to spirit. And now other people come. They swing on your branches. They climb you. They sit. They pick the apples. They tear off some leaves. They dig in the dirt around you. The wind comes. The rain comes. The snow might come. The sand comes. The extreme heat comes. The torrential rains come. And all of that has an effect on you, but you are rooted, you are grounded and clear and focused. Those are your key words to connect you back to this energy management that I'm talking about. Focused, clear, grounded, and centered. Focused, clear, grounded, and centered. It's really important to start learning about the energy management. It affects everything. It affected my whole life. I got very ill, and I had an undiagnosed illness for 7 years. And a big part of that was because I was not living who I was, expressing my gifts, being me in the world. And a lot of it was because the energy of others was overtaking me and stressing my body and my mind and my soul. and I had to change my life. And once I learned energy management, I got well and it never came back. And I'm amazed when clients come to me with mental health issues, diagnosed issues, stress, physical illnesses, and it is energy management issues. And once we start working with those, they're transformed, they're changed, they have more control. So think about these things. I really want to leave you with that, with the energy management today, and with this IOA formula for success. I invite you to start putting into practice setting your own powerful intentions and taking aligned actions. I invite you to use the resources I offer. I have a lot of resources out there for you that I'll be sharing with you: tools, techniques, tips, processes, energetic processes, and also resources out there you can access immediately that I've created over time. That IOA diagram on the artoftakingaction.com, and the free report, map, and meditation and energy activation tool that you will find on marketingandmindset.com. Come and connect with me on sacredbusinesssuccess.com, and come back next week for more Sacred Business Success on OMTimes Radio. Thank you. Have a powerful day.